Thank you for watching my revision of my American history notes, and I hope that you'll click like and subscribe or follow and share the video. Definitely click like if you enjoy this. So, in the early 1600s, while the French drove the Iroquois from the St. Lawrence River Valley with the aid of Huron and Algonquin allies, they had to fight another war against them between 1642 and 1653, and then again with the Iroquois Five Nation Confederacy, which had allied with the British against the French between 1665 and 1666. This flared up again between 1684 and 1689. The Dutch fought a war with the Algonquins between 1641 and 1645, while the Spanish in the far west, due to what was regarded as mistreatment of the natives, whether that could be contested or not, I don't know, had to deal with a Pueblo Indian revolt between 1680 and 1692 under a medicine man or shaman named Pope. The Pueblos finally spent themselves, and with Spanish pressure and trouble from raids by Apache Indians, they never again were a problem. In all of these conflicts, the Indians grew weaker, and many tribes were either annihilated or assimilated into the European culture, with a few tribes still claiming membership throughout the eastern states. Some moved west but were faced with resistance by Native American tribes already established. Now, December of 1702, Carolinian colonists and their Indian allies sacked the Spanish town of St. Augustine in Florida and conducted raids on the frontier with Spanish Florida between 1703 and 1704, burning missions, but the Choctaws prevented raids on the Gulf Coast French communities. The Abenaki, allied with the French, began making raids between 1703 and 1707 into the Connecticut Valley from Maine. 500 New England troops went to Acadia to disrupt Abenaki supply lines and capture fisheries in 1704. The most famous massacre of English colonists occurred at Deerfield, Massachusetts in 1704 when French Quebecois forces under Jean-Baptiste Rouville, allied with Abenaki, Kanyen'kehá:ka, Wyandot, and Pocumtuck slaughtered 56 colonists, including women and children, and carried off captive over 100 on a forced 300-mile march to French Quebec that killed many more. A war with the Tuscarora Indians in the Carolinas resulted in the slaughter of over 200 settlers and the defeat of the Tuscarora Indians, who were then moved to New York State and became the sixth nation of the Iroquois Confederacy. The Yamasees and Lower Creeks were more successful against European settlers between 1715 and 1728, driving them from the territory west of Savannah. However, an alliance between the Carolina settlers and the Cherokees drove the Yamasees into Florida. The proprietors were so sloppy in conducting that war that the Crown took over the colony by an act of Parliament in 1727. Now, the French built Fort Niagara in 1720, Niagara as a base of operations in their campaigns against the Iroquois, while the New England settlers fortified their frontier against Abenaki. Back down south, James Oglethorpe in Georgia maintained peaceful relations with the Creek Indians and other tribes for a time, but the Creek Indians, strong nation of Indians, would one day be unwelcome in the United States. Their days were numbered. The Native Americans influenced European culture, not only in many place names for towns, rivers, and other geographical locations. Well, let's tell you, I want to go over words next. And so we'll stop here and we'll pick it up. We're talking about some words and geographical terms that we got from the Indians. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing if you have any comments. Take care.